Today, we'll examine Old World architecture located in unusual and unexpected geographic locations. All over the world, in places that most would never expect, are colossal, European-style buildings that feel oddly out of place. They're not just inspired by classical or Old World architecture, many are nearly indistinguishable from structures you'd expect to find throughout Europe. Many of these buildings have no clear origin, no records, no blueprints. Some have stood for centuries without questions, others have been remodeled, repurposed, or quietly erased. Our objective will be to examine these out-of-place architectural anomalies, not necessarily focusing on European structures or World's Fair buildings, but rather buildings from unexpected locations. When we think of Australia's beginnings, we picture a harsh, isolated land founded in 1788 as a British penal colony, a place to exile convicts far from the empire. And yet, the earliest images from this region often depict buildings of immense grandeur. These relics of neoclassical and Greco-Roman influence perplexingly seem to have been constructed even before the muddy roads were paved. Oftentimes, you'll find modest timber shacks beside monumental structures. Not only do these old-world buildings look out of place in 1800s Australia, but many of these buildings look ancient, as though they've stood for centuries, when the official narrative tells us they were constructed not much earlier than these photos were taken. Australia in the 1800s was an unfamiliar continent, sparsely populated by settlers and largely built by convicts. We are told these convicts became the labor force behind Australia's earliest infrastructure. With little more than primitive tools and brute strength, they quarried stone, fired bricks, and raised structures that echoed the empires of old. But here lies the contradiction. Why did a remote outpost of empire, plagued by limited manpower and scarce resources, choose to construct buildings so lavish, so classically inspired? Why emulate the grandeur of Rome for a rural town's post office? Historians will tell us these stone monuments are nothing more than remnants of a bygone stylistic trend, while logic and common sense tell us these buildings were here long before the settlers of the late 18th century arrived. Were these buildings remnants of a previous civilization erased from history, evidence of Tartaria, or nothing more than the results of creativity, ingenuity, and perseverance of exiled criminals? Comment below. Next, we'll explore the Philippines, a land where ornate European-style buildings stand beside dense, chaotic shanty towns. The official narrative credits colonial powers, Spain and America, for these neoclassical cathedrals and government buildings. But could these structures be more than colonial relics? Might they be remnants of a forgotten civilization? These buildings often feel out of place, not just in their faded grandeur, but in their very presence. Many of these relics of a bygone era have been destroyed over the years, most notably during World War II. Local legends speak of an ancient empire, predating even Spanish colonization, one with knowledge of masonry, geometry, and spiritual wisdom. These old-world structures look out of place when juxtaposed against the makeshift dwellings of the general population. In a country where history is fragmented and rewritten, perhaps the greatest mystery lies not in what's known, but what's been hidden in plain sight. Next, let's explore other parts of Asia, which feature unique, seemingly out of place, old-world architecture. official narrative tells us, unlike Europe, America is relatively new. It has no deep history, no old world classical architecture, no ancient cities, and the first permanent English settlement was Jamestown, established in 1607. But as the population expanded westward, remnants of a past civilization became evident. However, there was no way to expose these facts to the public at large, which made history easy to manipulate. With the advent of modern photography in the mid-1800s, a new problem arose: what to do with these structures. Surely people would photograph these old world remnants, which could potentially expose America's true history. World's fairs would be used to explain these cities. Historians tell us these were temporary construction, meant for demolition, while natural disasters erased even more. Yet despite such efforts to remove the past, many remnants persist. Over the years, these buildings of unknown origin would be repurposed or eventually deemed obsolete and demolished. There are many theories regarding to why this is. What's yours? Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section. like to take a moment to thank my channel members, the Knights of the Inner Circle. If you like this episode, part 2 is coming soon, exclusively for channel members. But even if a membership is not for you, be sure to leave a comment and hit the thumbs up. I thank you for watching this video and supporting the channel.